Good morning. Welcome to Kenya News Update today. I'm your host, and we're diving deep into a story that blurs the lines between sports, cybersecurity, and global geopolitics. Over the past 48 hours, a single Instagram post sent shockwaves through the NFL world, only to be revealed as a sophisticated hack. But as we'll explore, this digital intrusion against Green Bay Packers star Rashan Gary may be part of a much larger, more concerning pattern. A pattern that connects a locker room in Wisconsin to a French aircraft carrier in the Baltic Sea and raises urgent questions about the security of our digital public square. This is a 12-minute investigation. Our first chapter begins at approximately 2:15 p.m. Central Time on Friday, March 6th. A post appeared on the verified Instagram account of All-Pro edge rusher Rashan Gary. It stated definitively that Gary and the Green Bay Packers were parting ways. The post quickly went viral, amassing over 120,000 likes and 27,000 comments within the first hour. It was shared by major sports outlets and credible NFL insiders. Why was it believed? Because the financial context made it plausible. Gary is entering the final year of a contract that pays him a base salary of $19.5 million in 2026, with a cap hit of just over $27 million. For a team managing its salary cap, a release, while painful, was seen as a potential business decision. The digital firestorm was intense. Fan sentiment, as tracked by social analytics, immediately split. Approximately 55% of initial reactions expressed shock and disappointment, 30% anger directed at the Packers' front office, and 15% skepticism about the post's authenticity. The Packers' official social media channels saw a 500% spike in inbound messages demanding clarification. Sports talk radio in Wisconsin was dominated by the topic for 3 straight hours. The expectation had been set, the Packers might need to make tough financial decisions. Gary's $27 million cap number was a giant target, so when the announcement came, the world was primed to accept it as truth. But then, the narrative shattered. By 5:30 p.m., Rashan Gary's representatives issued a forceful denial. Not long after, the Packers organization confirmed the account had been compromised. The post was deleted. The story was fake. But the damage to the player's brand, the team's operational focus, and the trust of millions of fans was very real. This was not a simple case of a lost password. Cybersecurity experts we consulted suggest this was a targeted account takeover, or a TO the hacker gained access to Gary's verified account, bypassing what should have been two-factor authentication. Their goal? Not financial ransom in this case, but pure chaos and misinformation. Let's visualize the immediate impact. In the first 3 hours post-publication, the false story generated an estimated 4.2 million social media impressions. It was the top trending topic on the platform formerly known as Twitter for 90 minutes. This is the power of a compromised blue-check verified account. The credibility of the platform itself becomes the weapon. As one sports marketing executive told us, quote, "A player's social account is now a core business asset. It's a direct channel to fans, sponsors, and the media." A breach isn't just an inconvenience, it's a corporate security event that can wipe millions in brand value in minutes. Now, why does a sports hack in America matter on a global news desk? Because it exemplifies a modern hybrid threat. To understand, we pivot to our second chapter, unfolding over 8,000 kilometers away. This same Friday, the Swedish military made a startling announcement. A Swedish Navy vessel had jammed a Russian drone operating just 13 kilometers from the French aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle in the Baltic Sea. The drone was confirmed to be of Russian origin. This incident wasn't an accident. It was a deliberate test, a provocation, part of what European security officials are calling a hybrid war strategy. The timing is critical. With European Parliament elections approaching, there is a high confidence assessment among NATO intelligence agencies that Russia will attempt to interfere through cyber operations and disinformation campaigns. Connect the dots. In one theater, a drone is jammed near a major NATO asset, a physical military probe. In another, a high-profile social media account is hijacked to spread disinformation, a digital cultural probe. The tactics differ, but the strategic goal is similar: to sow confusion, erode trust in institutions, and demonstrate capability. The French government suspects a Russian provocation with the drone. Could the Gary hack be part of a broader, testing the waters campaign by state-aligned actors? Cybersecurity firm Mandiant, in a recent report, noted a 300% increase in credential phishing attacks targeting celebrities and athletes since late 2025. These individuals are high visibility, lower security targets compared to government agencies, perfect for causing widespread public confusion. Let's examine the potential vectors for the Gary hack. Our analysis points to three most likely methods based on current threat intelligence. First, spear phishing, a targeted email or message designed to trick the player or a member of his inner circle into revealing login credentials. Second, SIM swapping, where a hacker convinces a mobile carrier to port the victim's phone number to a new SIM card, intercepting two-factor authentication codes. Third, a breach of a third-party service or app connected to the Instagram account. The sophistication required suggests this was not a lone teenager. The choice of target, a star on an iconic team at a tense financial moment, shows an understanding of the sports news cycle and what would generate maximum engagement. The financial stakes are immense. For Rashan Gary, his social media presence is intertwined with endorsement deals. A single post can influence brand partnerships worth millions. For the NFL and the Packers, the integrity of official player communications is paramount. A single fabricated post can move betting lines, affect merchandise sales, and destabilize team morale. We've seen this movie before. In 2023, a hacked ESPN account falsely reported a star quarterback's retirement, causing brief but real market fluctuations. The playbook is being refined. This brings us to the broader implications, our third chapter. We are living in an era of weaponized narratives. The digital space is the new battlefield for influence. The report from Sweden about the Russian drone is a stark reminder that hybrid warfare is multi-domain. It's not just tanks and missiles, it's drones and data breaches, naval jamming, and social media hacks. The objective is to create a fog of war in peacetime, to make populations doubt what they see and hear. When a fan can't trust a post from their favorite player's verified account, when a citizen can't trust the integrity of an election debate online, the foundation of public discourse is cracked. Who is responsible? Attribution in cyberspace is famously difficult. It could be a state actor testing disinformation tools. It could be a financially motivated hacking group selling access to the highest bidder. It could be a hacktivist with a grudge. The common thread is the exploitation of a vulnerability. In the Baltic, the vulnerability was airspace and electromagnetic spectrum. In the Instagram hack, it was digital identity security. The response, however, must be equally multifaceted. For nations, it means hardening critical infrastructure, both physical and digital, and establishing clear norms and consequences for hybrid attacks. For social media platforms, it means moving beyond reactive two-factor authentication to proactive, AI-driven anomaly detection for high-risk accounts. For public figures like athletes, the lesson is harsh. Your digital presence is a critical vulnerability. It requires enterprise-level security thinking. This might mean dedicated cybersecurity personnel for major stars, the use of physical security keys instead of SMS codes, and regular digital hygiene audits. The $19.5 million salary isn't just for playing on Sunday, it's for protecting the brand that generates that value every other day of the week. The institutions that profit from these athletes, leagues, teams, broadcasters, must invest in collective defense. A breach of one is a breach of trust for all. As we conclude, let's reflect on the two data points that framed our show. A $27 million cap hit and a drone 13 kilometers from a carrier. One is a number on a spreadsheet in Green Bay, the other a distance measurement in the Baltic. Yet they are connected by the thin, vulnerable wire of our global information ecosystem. The Rashan Gary hack was real in its consequences, even though its message was false. It revealed how quickly fiction can become accepted fact when delivered through a trusted, but compromised channel. The Swedish military's action showed how nation-states are actively pushing boundaries in the physical world, a pressure that invariably spills into the digital one. The question for all of us is not just, was this hack real? But what is the next target, and are we prepared? Will it be a political candidate's account on election eve? A central bank's communication during a financial crisis? The tools are being tested now, on sports stars and in international waters. The time to fortify our defenses, both national and personal, is not after the crisis, but before the next one. We must demand more from our platforms, invest more in our security, and cultivate a healthier skepticism towards the sensational things we see online. The final score of this game isn't just about wins and losses on the field, but about preserving truth off it. For Kenya News Update Today, I'm your host. Subscribe to Kenya News Update Today for more deep dive reporting.